My name is Honorable Barrister Yeye Fola Olasehinde Vincent. I've been doing things for my community even as a young girl, even before I got married. So my community decided to bestow this title on me as mother, because I've been doing motherly things. I take care of women, I take care of children, girl child, and things like that. I believe this made my king to say, okay, well, we should encourage her more. Hence, they gave me this Yeye Mofin thing because, well, unfortunately, or rather fortunately, I went to read law, so that buttressed this title. But as a custodian of the law anyway, when you have a husband and wife coming to fight, you are having to be the one to mediate, to settle the fight, you already assume that you know the law. So, along the line, I went to read law and just blended together. In 2009, when I wanted to start my active politicking in the state, I decided to take up an apartment in 2009. And then it's a yearly tenancy thing. So by 2010, unfortunately, I lost my husband. 2010 to 2011, I renewed my tenancy. I've been renewing it yearly till 2011. By 2011, I renewed again to 2012. Unfortunately, well, after paying the money of 2011 to 2012, on the 1st of November 2011, 2 weeks into that, my landlord gave me a quit notice that I should quit his apartment at the end of that tenancy. That is at the end of the rent in October 2012, after he had collected the rent for 2011 to 2012. All well and good. And I started making moves to get alternative accommodation. Fortunately for me, I was able to get one sometimes in August last year precisely. And then I started making plans to relocate my family from Ijapo estate to LAWMAKER. And by the special grace of God, we did. So, which was on even before the 31st of October that my rent would normally have expired. By 18th of October last year, we were already out of the house. And to the best of my knowledge, I did pack everything, my personal belongings, everything out of that house to my new and present abode. So to my surprise, some few weeks ago, precisely on the 13th or thereabout of June, when the story broke, I was like, well, I didn't leave anything in that apartment. But when I realized I was going to it was really getting out to people or to places. And then by the end of the weekend, what's it called, my colleague in the House of Assembly said, okay, the landlord now wrote a petition to them asking for mean profits. Mean profits in law, it's supposed to be money, not the actual rent now, money that, okay, assuming I had rented my apartment out, this is what I would have made. This is what I would have made, but I have not been able to rent it out. That is one. Two, in an apartment that you have given quick notice already, I will expect, and I know that the man has been keeping tab on me, whether I was going to leave or when I was going to leave. So somebody that said ending of October, so definitely he knows I'm out of the place by October. So wait from October till June is a surprise to me. And moreover, a week before I physically vacated the place, because my things were out, but when I was leaving, I called and said, Mr. Landlord, thank you very much for the period I've stayed in your house. I will be leaving as earlier planned or stipulated in your quit notice. He said, no problem. Then I said, what about the key? He said to me, why don't I just leave it, since he said he's not in town, but I should leave it with his other tenants, who happens to be my neighbor, that I should leave it there, because this man too will need, whether I'm there or not, we still need access to get water, because we have a common water system that services the two apartments. So since it's his tenants, it's not as if it's a third party. We are both tenants in this house. So I left the key with the other tenant, and when I was leaving, that was what I did. So much so that by the time they were telling me that, oh, I heard the news, I was like, well, I didn't leave anything there. Well, to my surprise, when he brought the petition to the House of Assembly, my place of work, that I was having to pay him mean profit. For what? Even if he had gone to court to take judgment against me, I was not aware. I believe he just decided to do some Jankara judgment and brought it to the house. And that is what I know about that aspect of it all. When I saw it going viral, and of course my place of work, they had already set up a committee. I decided to wait for the outcome of the committee until they will call me. But before then, as a lawyer, I decided in my mind, I said, well, if this man can go to court, get judgment against me, and I'm not even aware of it, why don't I go to court myself and get the court file and get certified true copies of what my former landlord, that is Chief Ogunbadejo, had filed in court, so that at least if I'm going to fight my fight, or if I'm going to do anything, I should at least know my offense and things like that. So I went to court too to get certified true copy of the court file, that is the suit against me, to get the file copies, which I did. And by 25th of June, I had already gotten the CTC. To the glory of God, I discovered that in one of the documents, I discovered that they had already had a first opening. That is, they had gone there on the 4th of June, 2013, and the landlord had gone there in company of his lawyer, the court bailiff, and then the police officer, and they went there, opened the place up, wanted to take the inventory, and in the inventory the bailiff wrote that he didn't see anything. So he wrote nothing was found in the inventory, and the lawyer signed, the plaintiff signed, and dated it 4th of June. When they said nothing was found, and luckily for me I got this on the 25th, which is here, on the 25th of June. By the time the House of Assembly was going to call on me, the committee now that was set up to look into the matter, by the time they were going to call on me, I went with the copy of this document, this CTC, and when they said they didn't find anything, I took it to them to tender it. That's okay, my colleagues, thank you very much for your understanding this matter. This is how it has developed. I had discovered that a prior breaking had been done or been carried out on the 4th of June, and this man only cried out on the 13th of June. That's one. Two, even when he did the first breaking, the bailiff of court of competent jurisdiction had already said he didn't find anything. So on the 13th to now say they've seen a shrine, it is as amazing to me than to the general public that if 9 days ago a bailiff from a court could say he didn't see anything, and my landlord, who happens to be an elder statesman of this state, even a former commissioner, did append his signature to the fact that nothing was found in this apartment. Only for the same person to write petition to the House of Assembly, and they said it's a shrine in a living room, for goodness sake. In a living room. Well, it baffles me, but what can I say? They are crying more than the bereaved. The bereaved in this matter, in the first instance, assuming but not even conceding, they are the ones that are supposed to, in the spirit of camaraderie. It's like I'm having something from outside. I run to them seeking for shelter, taking solace under them. Yes, they said, okay, they are weep again. Go back outside and face your problem. And the war still slammed it with suspension because the matter had brought disrepute and disgrace or whatever to the House of Assembly. Yes, is agreed. Now I've been able, by the special grace of God, and through the court, to get a document saying, even this reputation or this disgrace or to both me, my person, my family, because I'm the one in the center of everything, that this thing you are claiming, you are using that as a platform to suspend her. My people, this is no longer existing. It is all lies. It is all lies. I've been able to get this to vindicate myself and even them, indirectly and directly, because we are supposed to be part of each other. I'm supposed to be part of them and they are part of me. We've been working together for 2 years, for crying out loud, and at the end of the day, even saying this, and 5 or so of them, of the member constituted, the committee member constituted, are lawyers. So why do they have to now carry it now? A week into my suspension, I got this CTC from court. I was suspended on the 18th. I got the CTC on the 25th. They called me on the 1st, and I took the documents to them. Yet, they still continued with their suspension. How else are we going to clear this disgrace or this reputation the House are falling into? Is it not to get something to vindicate? Or is that not why the committee was set up in the first instance? Now the committee now has aid or something to use, yet they decided to keep it aside or die it or kill it and continue their suspension. I appreciate my people that their confidence in me has not gone weary in the last few months. I'm talking about the kings, the chiefs, all my constituents, the good people of Ose local government. But I'm begging them to please exercise some patience. They've done enough, but it's still not enough. They've tried. I appreciate them for that. But I still think there are still some questions begging for answers. For example, why was I not even informed I was being taken to court? Why was not served any notice? Why, when they were making the first opening, the first time, on the 4th of June, they called just the bailiff, the court, police officer, the landlord, and his lawyer. And then on the 9 days later, they now called the who is who in Ondo State, the who is who in Labour Party, all my colleagues at the Ondo State House of Assembly, all the leadership, and called them to come and witness it. If they do not have prior notice or prior knowledge of what they are going to meet in that house. Because for crying out loud, this is just a case between a tenant and a landlord. Even when they're going to open the place, they should have said, okay, you are the person that vacated this house 10 months ago. Please come and witness our breaking. None of this was done. With this allegation that they based my suspension on, it's been proved, and I got a CTC from a competent court of law saying nothing was found in these apartments. My former landlord did append his signature and signed and dated it that nothing was found on the 4th of June. And thirdly, I do not see in my year of practice where, or I've not heard too, where documents or judgment will be given from a court of competent jurisdiction before the exact judgment is given, but before the case is even being taken to court. Because according to this paper that I got from courts with the CTC from the court file, Chief Ruben Ogunbadejo had gone to court on the 14th of April and gotten judgment on the 2nd day of April 2013. These are one of many questions that really needs to be answered. And again, we just have to be patient to get to the root of this matter. Because why do you go to court on the 14th and got judgment on the 2nd of April of the same month, the same year, on the same issue? To me, I think there is more to this matter that really does meet the eyes. Because they say, if the lies should go for 20 years, definitely one day the truth will prevail.